All right, I'm on hole number 8 of the Liberty Tournament. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round in the Reiki division. I still haven't decided whether I'm practicing today or if I'm qualifying today. So I came into it with the intent that I was going to qualify today, but I'm just playing flat. I haven't missed anything except for hole number 3. I was in the right spot and I tanked the drive or the shot to the cup. I caught the slide. And if I'd have picked that one up right now, I'd probably be in qualification mode. But I have a shot on hole number 9 of picking up the Albie. I want to go in with, my goal was to go with a minus 13 in the qualifier to really set myself up in tiebreakers, because tiebreakers are super important. Having great tiebreakers. The last tournament, the 9-hole cup, it was all about tiebreakers. So most of these tournaments, when you're going in, when it gets down into it, the qualifying round is the round that usually like really makes the big deal. So your opening round is super important, but these qualification rounds it's always important to pick a shot up. So I'm still playing it by ear. I could tank it from where I'm at right here, and I could forfeit the last 2 holes and get myself down out of the qualification zone, because they finished 9 holes. And what do they got? Boy, I don't know. I could bogey 2 holes in a row and end up with a minus 6. I think that I'd still be in. I think I would force Johnny to get up there. Anybody else still playing? Yeah. We've got some people that are still have the opportunity. It's 47 minutes. I don't know. I may be sunk. And I definitely don't want to go with a minus 6 and try and tank it, because that's the least that I can get, as I could drop 2 shots by forfeiting. So I think I might be. Are these people playing at all? And with 45 minutes left, I may be sunk. So I may just have to qualify today. So let's go check the hole out. This par 3 right here, okay, we're getting if I remember correctly, we're getting a headwind that's running like this. So we're getting a little teeny bit of headwind. And this is one of those holes. There's holes in this game that if you're getting a tailwind, you may do a 10% adjustment, or you may do a 0% adjustment. But if you're getting any kind of forward move or headwind, this changes big time. And what I've done is I usually like playing this hole, and I like playing at the top of the hill. But in the past, we've had some kind of a tailwind, and it wasn't like a big tailwind, but like some kind of forward moving one instead of some headwind. And it seemed like the adjustment was 10%. Looking at all of the notes that I had, it seemed like the adjustment was like 10%. And I used the top of the hill and just trying to come straight at the hole. But the coming up here and going at the top of the hill and coming straight at the hole has risks. Because if you're trying to do that shot, in order to do it from the top of the hill up here, your ball guide originally is going off in this direction. So you have to swing it around with side spin to get it so that it's coming towards the cup. And you've got to put backspin on it in order to get it so that it's terminating at the cup. And that means your first bounce is right there. And it's very easy if you catch a great to the left where you get back on, because even though it's somewhat flat up here, there isn't really any spot on this entire freaking hole that's flat other than like right there. If you catch a great to the left, you're on the top of that mound, kind of goes like this. And so you're set up over here. And if you hit a great to the left, you hit it here, and it takes a great to the left, and bam, you're in the sand. And so it can be a very delicate adjustment if you're at the top of the hill, and it can be very easy that you could clip that rough and end up in the rough or in the sand. And so in my practice round this week, and in my 99 account, and in my odd account, my practice round, I've tanked this shot like 3 times where I've ended up in the sand. And I don't like that, because for me, par 3s are birdie holes. Okay? And I'm trying to get a hole in one but they are birdie holes. This is minimum score, and I'm not willing to put my minimum score at risk for the hope that I might get a hole-in-one, but I could still get a hole-in-one from down here. I've done it. So I'm going to start off on this side right here, and I'm going to try and use backspin to come to the cup. So there's a trough that's right here. So this is all downhill, but there is a line right here because this area is fairly flat. And if I can ride that line and just go straight to the cup, and I'm thinking with a Grim Reaper, because it's got 100% backspin. And if you've got a level 5 Grim Reaper, I think it's got more. Even I was checking it out in my low level account, even my low level account, because that's a Tour 2 club, you get a lot of those cards. And it's got the same amount of backspin. It's got one more, I think 83 backspin versus the 82 that's in my Saturn. But in this account, I've got a level 6, so it's got 100% backspin, which my Saturn does not have. I mean, it's 92 in the Saturn, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. But 92 is not 100. I have a Grim Reaper in any bag. Let's take a Grim Reaper. My Grim Reaper hits 1.8 per ring. I need to write that number down. 1.8 per ring at max. And I think that I can bring a 0 power ball here and get over to the other side. So I'm going to start off with a Marlin because that gives me a little bit of side spin. But I could switch to a Quasar. That would give me a little bit more. So we'll see if I'm short on something. I could switch to a Quasar. I'm reluctant because I'm just trying the shot out to see what my options are. I'm reluctant to bring out anything. I'm not sure I even have a 0 power. I think I do have a 0 power ball in here somewhere, right? Is that it? Seems like I have a 0 power ball in here somewhere. Yeah, maybe not. So I'm going to just try it out with the normal balls just to see what happens. And I can always switch to a Quasar if I need a little bit of something. Because I have no idea what to do on this shot. So but I am definitely not going to. I've epic failed on this hole 3 times this week. And I'm not going to epic fail on it again. And I'm not going to put my tournament at risk on a par 3. Especially not the minimum score. Like, you got to go for shots. And you're trying to get into the perfect position to give yourself the opportunity to pick stuff up. But on a par 3, you screw up on a par 3, and that's brutal. Brutal. All right, let's see if we can get it done. Dun, 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 dun. You can see where the topography is here. There is a flat area down on the bottom. But I'm probably going to need more than a 1 side spin ball in order to swing around to it. Now I'm kind of reluctant to use any more of those Olympus balls. That's a 1 power 3 side spin. But I'm already using that ball on 2 other holes. And I really don't want to use 15 of them in this tournament. I'm going to do a 20% wind adjustment. I've been doing a 10, but I am, with that little bit of headwind, I'm upping it. I was doing the shot during the practice round where I was using my Grizzly and I was walking my ball guide up and I was trying to drop it into the cup. So with a 1 power ball, I got plenty of room. Let's see where that puts me on the cup. Okay, so it's 2.6, that's 3.1 rings. Divided by 1.8 is 1.73 rings. Getting it perfect. Now let's see where it bounces. And so it was still a little short. So I'm going to do from where it should have been bouncing, I'm going to do a 30% wind adjustment. I will tell you that in the practice round, I hit this hole, I don't know how many times, and I started off, I was doing a max club, even though I wasn't in max, because I kept hitting it with bigger ball. And so I wasn't in max club. And I started off with, I was doing like mid club plus 10%. And I ended up in the sand. I tried the same shot or from that area, and I was using a grizzly. And then the next time I got on it, I went, okay, I'm just going to do max club with the 10%. And I still ended up in the sand. And I came back to it again, and I hit max club with 20%, and I still ended up in the sand. So then I came back to it the fourth time, and I was like, screw this. I'm going to do a 50% wind adjustment, and I hole-on-one it. So when you're playing this hole with headwind, and you're way downhill from right there, there's definitely some kind of adjustment that needs to be made. I'm going to forfeit. Good luck in the tournament. Now, my teammates were talking earlier. Somebody went out and they took their shot in a shootout, and then as soon as they took their shot, then they forfeited. Hey, okay, you see me forfeit all the time. I shoot videos for you guys. I'm trying to cut the time down on a lot of this stuff. But the deal is that I'm always respectful of my opponent. So if I forget what I'm doing and my opponent is already in their thing, I let them take their shot. But I usually forfeit right off the bat. And if I take a shot, I always let my opponent take their shot. And I never forfeit so that, like, on those practice days, I never go, yeah, I got the drive, that's right where I want to be, and then forfeit and I'll let my opponent do their thing. They may be qualifying, they're doing the thing. So they're practicing. So be respectful of them. If you're going to forfeit, that's fine, but be respectful of your opponent. All right, that was hole number 8. All right, somebody did move up. So I can tank hole number, well, here's the deal. If I go into hole number 9, I really want to go for that L because I'm doing a rough bump on it, and I want to check my elevation adjustment. And so if I hit the Albie, that puts me at minus 12. If I don't hit the Albie, I can forfeit. I think that's what I'm going to do. But somebody did move up the scale. All right. That gives me options going into hole number 9 because I could go out and qualify tomorrow and see if I can pick up one of these, because there's 3 holes that I'm trying new stuff on, or I'm trying a different approach to them. Even hole number 9, I'm trying a different approach because I'm trying to get deep enough in the hole I can actually do a rough bump. And I've never done that before on hole number 9. I've always used the little island. All right, I will see you on hole number 9. I'll make a decision there. Thanks for watching.